Sha Tin, Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the race by race preview. Paul Lally is here to provide the selections across the 10 races, and we get things underway on the turf. There's a couple of races on the Your Weather, but the first on the turf over the 1400 metres is a Class 5. Class droppers always welcome and joyful friendship. Master of All as a last start winner carries an extra £5 for it. Perfect Peach placed trip 2 starts ago. More Rice trial well since failing on the 7th of April. The pacifiers go on Hero Icon for the first time. Speed here, Paul. Beat Hollow goes forward. Master of All. More Rice is going to pour it on, despite the fact some are trapped wide. They may not go any blistering pace.
No, I don't think they will. I think Beat Hollow will get to the front with Alice Swong aboard and just try and slow them in front. More Rice could eventually get across outside him. Master of All likes to go forward. He won't be too far away. And Chunwan Glory can tuck in behind.
First replay is winning form around Master of All. Another race that Chris So won as the first race of the day. Was just given a perfect trip here in behind the leader. He'd slowly been improving from when he began racing in Hong Kong, Paul. He's down in Class 5 now, but what about a back-to-back victory?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the key, whether he can put two together for this horse. But look, he won nice enough, didn't he? And he's going the right way. It's just whether these two can put two together. More Rice. Now, he did get across and actually lead in this race, but I don't think he's going to be able to get across with the Beat Hollow in the race. But look, he can only win, and he did win nicely enough, this horse.
And General Winner runs on for second. Fortune Master's been back to the Chung Fa trials since that race too. On to our second replay. Perfect Peach ends up running 5th here. This race was over the 1200 metres. He makes late ground, so the step up in trip to the 14 looks ideal. Beat Hollow's raced well course and distance, and Daly's Trophy's best form at the stage has been on the All Weather. Yeah,
so happy to watch him. I like Perfect Peach's run in this. He hit the line really strongly. He's coming back here to 1400 metres. This was over 1200, and the way he hit the line, I think he's more than capable. He is a course and distance winner as well, and that was in a higher grade. So he's a Class 4 winner here in Class 5. I think he's more than capable.
And that is our second replay. One more to have a look at. It's up to Chung Fa. We go to the trials, and the old boy, Right Honourable, runs 3rd in this. Class 5 is where his last win came at, but his best form is at Happy Valley.
Yeah, well, more than happy to wait till he gets back to Happy Valley. He's a veteran now, this horse, and he needs to get back and run on. This was a slowly run trial, so yeah, I don't really entertain him in this race. But in saying that, he is down into this grade, as you say, and his last win was in it. But from barrier 12, he'll get back, and look forward to seeing him at Happy Valley in the Class 5.
Start 76 for Right Honourable, but not a weekend appearance winner for him. We'll wait for a Wednesday night at the Valley for Right Honourable. So he's not in, but Perfect Peach certainly is.
Yeah, going to make Perfect Peach the horse on top here. Look, I like this, the way he finished off strongly over 1200. Chunwan Glory, he's going to get that lovely trail in behind Beat Hollow. I think can both feature, especially if he gets it easy enough. And then Master of All, the last start winner, we saw the replay there. I think he can be in there for 3rd. 8, 11, 4 and 6.
Early victory on Saturday for both Lyle Hewitson and Michael Cheng for Paul, with Perfect Peach to take the opener. We switch to the all-weather for race number 2. Good quality lineup, this one, for the all-weather horses. It's a Class 3 over the 1650. Alacrity has the cheek pieces off, and the pacifiers with Cowles going back on. Apache Pass, a 3-time course and distance winner. Woodfire Bro and M Unicorn are both 1 for 1 over the 1650 when it comes to the dirt. Romantic Chan comes back in trip, and Massive Action draws barrier number 1 and gets a couple of pounds off for Dylan Moe. And from that inside gate, Paul should be able to lead comfortably.
Yeah, look, last time he did lead over the 1650 about 4 starts ago and was just touched off late. So I think he can go forward and lead. Alacrity, he's got a good draw. He won't be far away. Samarkand likes to go forward. Woodfire Bro, of course, in distance winner. Apache Pass, Romantic Charm. So I think it's a pretty easy speed map, this one.
That's what you like.
Yeah,
easy speed maps. All right, there's plenty of them to look at in the replays, and we start with Berlin Tango at Happy Valley last time, running 2nd behind Flamingo Trillion. Now, he has won course and distance. Hasn't been too far away lately, but he's still so hard to catch.
He is, isn't he? So, look, he's been running on in his races. This was quite a fastly run race, and you could see him sort of looming up here to look like he was going to win the race, but just didn't quite get there in the end. But look, he's going nicely enough on the all-weather, but he doesn't win out of turn. He's a 2-time winner from his 41 starts.
And going forward, the 3 horses that finished all around him will be at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Now, M Unicorn, first look at the all-weather for him. He's near enough to last, turning for home. Massive Action 11th, Berlin Tango appears again. Apache Pass 5th, and So We Joy doesn't get much room at times in the straight.
No, so look, I think he's definitely a chance. I did like the way M Unicorn sprinted on the all-weather surface. Shows he really's got a liking for it. Alacrity, he's going to be a lot closer in the run, so I think you forget this run from him. Apache Pass there at every chance once again. He's just not said the same horse that we've seen, but a really nice win here, I thought, from M Unicorn.
Vincent Ho, Casper Founds combined with M Unicorn, and finally Samarkand, who's been backed a number of times, well, both on the turf but also the all-weather. His winning form at this stage has been on the turf, and So We Joy runs a 6th here. But Samarkand is racing very well, having won 2 from his last 3.
He's won 4 this season. David Hayes done a fantastic job with this horse, Samarkand, but I don't like him on the all-weather. He's had 4 goes on it and he's 4 zip. So I think this is quite a nice race, so I'd prefer him if he was back on the turf because he's been running so well on that surface.
So We Joy just chopped out for a bit of room in that race as well. But so he's not in, but who is?
Got to go with M Unicorn. I think he can go back-to-back, 2 in a row. He's such a consistent horse, and it was a really nice win from him, I thought. Alacrity can sit behind the pace. I see a lot of improvement in him. So We Joy didn't have much luck last time, and Massive Action from the front. Catch me if you can. 5, 1, 6 and 9.
And Unicorn for Paul to remain unbeaten when it comes to the all-weather 1650 metres. A straight charge for race number 3 and a very in-form horse at the top of the book. It is Baby Crystal, who's looking to win his last 4 course and distance. Fast Responder comes here having his first start for Douglas White, as does Toy Saltero, who's trained by Michael Cheng. Flying High's a 4-time course and distance winner. Super Love Dragons now with Chris So. Highland Rahi is now with Francis Loy. Majestic Express comes to Sha Tin for the first time, and Kaying Victory is back in trip from the 1400 to the 1000 metres. Baby Crystal and Happy United Paul, he's having his first look down the straights, racing up on the speed.
Yeah, and he has got a lot of pace. We've seen that at Happy Valley in the past. So, look, Baby Crystal looks the obvious leader, especially from that outside draw. But I think he can get across Happy United. Fast Responder's showing a bit of pace in his trials, and he did win over 1,000 metres a couple of times in the UK. Pleasant Endeavour's never too far away. Kaying Victory can go forward, and the rest generally get back. The first starters, Toy Soltero and also Super Love Dragon, Highland Rahi, have all looked like they need a bit further, to be honest.
A listed and Group 3 winner prior to arriving as Fast Responder. Nick spoke to his new trainer, Douglas White.
Douglas White, we always like to find an intriguing horse on debut on this programme, and I think you've got the most intriguing one of them coming up on Saturday. His name is Fast Responder. He's very well named now because he's a horse who showed great speed in the UK. He looks to have done well since he's arrived.
He has. He's a young, immature horse. You know, he was only a 2-year-old when he was purchased, but he's coming to Hong Kong, and he's for a young horse. He's done everything correctly. His trials have been impressive. And as you mentioned, he's got good gate speed.
I went back and had a look at his victories in the UK. Obviously, he is a 2-time winner. He won the Listed Roses at York and also the Cornwallis at Newmarket. I mean, he's got a super electric turn of foot when needed.
He has, and I think his asset is that he's not a jump and tear away. He's a horse that can take cover and run at them. He seems to get stronger in his run, so that's going to work to his advantage as well.
He's only had limited trials. I had a look at his Happy Valley trial. He was good when winning that. You actually had the first 3 in that trial. How much has he impressed you and his jockeys throughout those couple of trials?
Lyle's been very complimentary of his action and his attitude, and I was very pleased with the way he trialled both times, actually. He was a thorough professional, and after that second trial I just backed off him slightly and freshened him up, and I think whatever he does tomorrow, he will improve, but I think he'll be very competitive.
You, more than anyone, would have a great handle on the form. Opening mark of 78 doesn't make life easy for him, but this is where he starts.
No, it's going to be tough. You know, a young horse, European especially, coming in on a 78 mark. But having said that, what he's done overseas, and he probably deserved it. He'll be a very interesting horse for next season.
Yeah, he certainly does look at it. And you've kept him a colt as well. Just the reasoning behind that?
there's not much of him, and I just felt that if we gelded him now, he might fall away. Everybody will see tomorrow. No, he's a unique little horse, and he looks pretty feminine. But he certainly started to take shape, and so hence the reason I've left him a colt.
Yeah, I think he's a thoroughly intriguing runner. So good luck with him. Just going back to Wednesday night, great to see Wings of War finally get his head in front. I guess he's been a tad frustrating, but he did it really well.
He did. I think the track played into his advantage. He loved the cuts in the ground, but having said that, he's been a victim of circumstances. He's been a bit unlucky. Just fantastic to get a winner for Mary Slack. You know, I think everybody knows we go back a long way, and from my apprentice years. But to do that for someone as popular and as in South Africa and worldwide, really, it was fantastic.
Douglas White there, winner with Wings of War as next set, and looking for another one with Fast Responder. But Paul, he's going to have to be at his very best, which only having had 2 trials means he may not be as far as race fitness goes. This horse certainly will. Baby Crystal's just flying down the straight.
He's done a good job with him, hasn't he, Francis Loy? And as you say, he's drawn 10. He's got the perfect draw. I think he can win again, Baby Crystal. Look, Fast Responder, I've got him in, one we've just talked about, but I think, as you say, this horse is rock hard fit. Pleasant Endeavour, he stayed on nicely enough here, and he's not far away from his winning rating. And the other one, Flying High, finished on strongly. So I think they go in. But the way Baby Crystal's been going, he's, I think he can win again.
He carries an extra £4 for the victory. Last time at 135 was in Class 4. He ran second behind Fun Elite. So he has, even though not winning with 135, competed with it previously. This is Super Love Dragon's most recent trial, Paul, up at Chungfar. It was 1,000 metres. It's a different camera angle because the weather was closing in rapidly this morning. So this shot from the far side, even though it's different to what we usually see.
Yeah, look, this horse has had the 5 trials. He's 22 pounds. He's raced up to 2,100 metres. He's had throat surgery to correct a roaring condition since he's been here. Looks way too short for him, 1,000 metres, so he's very hard to have.
I'm going to suggest he's not in your selections.
No.
Does Baby Crystal win again?
Yeah, I think he can actually. Look, he's just in such good form at the moment, so I think he can. Look, Fast Responder only had the 2 trials, but there's obviously a level of ability there winning those races in the UK. It's very hard to come and win off a 78 rating first up, though. Flying High and Pleasant Endeavour we talked about in that Baby Crystal race. 1, 2, 5 and 3.
Baby Crystal to win the first leg of the early treble at Sha Tin. And we finish up on the all-weather with a race 4 over the 1,650 metres for the Class 4s. Viva Hunter is a 3-time course and distance winner. Mission Bravo is a 2-time course and distance winner. Triumphant Warrior has the hood going on. Lucky Banners placed 2 from 4 over the course and distance. Starship 80 draws barrier number 1. Forever Folks was a winner 2 starts ago over the 1,650 here. And both Son of McPhee and Go Hero have had trials since their last start. G-Liner Paul, he has had a trial too since his last outing. It was a very quiet one where he was ridden back.
Yeah, he likes to go forward on his races, and over the 1,650 I think he can go forward. Viva Hunter won't be too far away. Lucky Banner, when he gets up to the 1,650 he likes to be on pace. Panda Legend I thought could get a really nice run 3 back, and Go Heroes won a recent trial,
which we will see shortly. But we do start though with a race day form of G-Liner up outside the speed. Fast Victory, he's been going better when the races have been run to suit. Starship 80 has been around 1,000 times this season, but on this looks to be getting close to another win.
Yeah, it was a nice second here behind Galvanic. He finished off strongly enough in this race, so he's going nicely enough. Is Starship 80, as you say, he's had 16 runs already. Fast Victory, the draw just worries me a little bit because he hasn't won from good draws in his last 3 starts, and he's got to overcome barrier number 11 in this one. But look, he's been running on pretty well.
As our first replay, the second one, you can take your pick who you'd like to talk to here because as you can see, there is 9 of them backing up into this race.
Yeah, look, I'm going to make my long shot Panda Legend here because I think he's going to get a really good run, 3 back on the inside. Triumphant Legend goes in as well because he's going nicely at the moment. But you can see Starship 80, who'll be one of the favourites in the race. He's in that yellow colours on his inside. And Panda Legend and him finished alongside each other. So I'm predicting Panda Legend will be sort of 16-1, something along those lines. And as you can see, there wasn't much between them on the line. So not a bad run from him, I thought.
There's a good report for Panda Legend. And finally, this is the trial of Go Hero. He has had some issues internally. He gets up to win this trial. It's Miracles in front, turning for home. It was run in pretty ordinary conditions on this particular morning.
Yeah, look, he's got blinkers on for the first time, this horse in the race. But as you say, it wasn't a high-class trial, wasn't it? With Miracles winning the trial, he went through the gap, but he was pushed out. But as you can see, none of the horses were asked to do too much here on the morning. So I still like to see him do it race day.
All right, and he's way down in the ratings, is Go Hero too. We've seen plenty of them, but Panda Legend for you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a good price with Panda Legend. He's won once already this season, and he was a good price when he did win on the turf. So he's on top. Forever Folks, he's found a bit of form, and I think he can sort of finish over the top. He should get the race run to suit as well. Did win on the surface 2 starts ago. He's 1 for 1 over the course and distance. Viva Hunter, he's always honest, and he gets the apprentice claim as well. And Triumphant Warrior coming out of that Panda Legend race. 2916.
First leg of the Triple Trio is race number 4, and Paul with Panda Legend. Race number 5, and this race is the running of the Kowloon Cricket Club Centenary Cup over the 1200 metres trophy race, with Pins Prince and Storm Legend both on the class drop. King Miles, a last start winner, carries an extra £6. Robot Master has the blinkers going on. Awesome Treasures placed his last 3. Alps Affection and Omakase are both having their race debuts. Smart Leader was a winner 2 starts ago, but that was in Class 5. And Urban Triumph was a last start winner in Class 5, Paul, at 51-1, but was green-lamped at the time.
Yeah, he did come in, didn't he? Look, Awesome Treasure tried to lead all the way last time and just about did it within Lopan Spirit, who'll be racing later in the card. So I think he can go forward and lead. King Miles can get that perfect run in behind. The 2 first starters have shown a bit of pace in their trials. Have been a little bit slow way up, Affection in particular, but has mustered really early speed. And I think Strathbarry, Super Highway, Crazy Treasure from a wide draw might have to go back.
Hugh Bowman looking to make it 2 wins in a row aboard King Miles, and this is what he had to say to Nick.
Hugh, King Miles, one of your rides coming up on Saturday this weekend at Sha Tin. He's looked nicely progressive and managed to get the win last time.
Yes, he did. He's a nice horse. He's certainly got some talent, and we were pretty confident going into the race 2 starts ago, but he sort of bumbled the start and then got over racing and sort of did it all a bit upside down. But with a wider draw, I just dropped him in behind the speed last start, and he settled well. Had to contend with a riderless horse and managed to do that. He let down quite well, but I think he's got more to offer than what he showed in that race. But with a nice middle draw this weekend, he's, I think it's a field that he can cope with once again if we just get him to do everything right.
It certainly looked deserved, I think, didn't it, with those mitigating circumstances. And as you say, the wide draw, obviously, the fact he overcome it, he looks like he's got plenty of talent.
He does have talent, and like I said, he's a progressive horse. He's a very sensible horse, and I've been working him in between races, and he's really going the right way about things. So I'd just be mindful that he did want to get racing a bit too keenly with me 2 starts ago. So it's important that we sort of harness that energy. But he did everything right last start, and there's no reason why he can't improve on that, in my opinion.
With that track work here, has it been noticeable from your perspective as a rider that he has sort of taken good benefit from it and improved, if anything, out of it?
Well, he doesn't do a great deal on the track, and we're not out there to break any records. Francis's track work is pretty consistent, so you're not asking the horse, but he's just going well, he's moving well, and he's doing everything very consistently. So we'll have to wait and see race day whether he's really taken the next step, but wouldn't surprise me if he has.
Given that this game can be very much form driven, he looks pretty good. Beat Lucy in the Sky last time, the horse that beat him 2 starts ago, Phoenix Lights, in good order, so it's rock solid.
Yeah, look, I leave that to professionals, but this horse did everything well last start. As I said, he settled beautifully behind the pace, which was pretty solid, to be perfectly honest, and he balanced up and attacked the line well, and like I said, I think he can improve on that performance, and if he does, then he's going to be very hard to beat.
That is King Miles. This, Paul, is Awesome Treasure running second last time. He just keeps finding one to beat him, but he's going good races at the same time. Superhighway races well course and distance, being a 3-time winner, but does have a wider gate than what he did in this race.
Yeah, I think he might just get a bit further back, so that worries me a little bit with Superhighway. Look, this horse is going well at the moment, but look, they were entitled to these two because they went really slow and they both sprinted off the front and battled it out, and Awesome Treasure never gave it away. So he goes in for me, but not on top. He's drawn nicely in barrier 2 though, so he's going to get his opportunity.
He has had a trial after this race too, has Awesome Treasure, and in that trial, which is coming up right now, is one of the first starters in Alps Affection. He's had 5 trials, he has improved and beats him by a short head. He's run 3rd at Chungfa and a 2nd at Chungfa in the 2 prior to this one.
Yeah, he's by Vancouver, this horse, Alps Affection. His tongue-tie visor on for his debut run. Look, he's showing a bit of pace in his trials. He's been slightly slow away, but then he's mustered speed really quickly. It was pushed out a little bit in this trial and finished off nice enough. Awesome Treasure was probably going the better at the line though. So look, I'm happy to see him go round here and see what he can do.
Another one is Omakase having his first start. He's got better. He's had the 3 trials, ran 8th in the first one. Quiet trial, won his second one by a length and a half ridden out, and then he wins this one well, beating a horse called Young Superstar.
Yeah, he's by time test this one. Tongue tie goes on him. He's had the 5 trials. He's a smaller horse. He's only 1,034 pounds. Again, he's going to put himself on the pace. But look, I'm happy to watch him as well coming onto this turf for the first time. I think he's picked. There's a couple of nice horses in this race, quite progressive.
He did have one of the apprentices on that morning too, sort of carried absolutely nothing on his back, but he did do it very well, as we can just see there in that replay. Make-up of the first 4, Paul.
Thinking Miles can win again. I mean, there was a strong form race. He won. Lucy in the Skies come out and won again. I like the downgrader, Pins Prince. He's won off 63. He's down to this rating of 60, and he's won off a similar rating carrying weight in the past and drawn nicely in barrier 4. Awesome Treasure from the front. And Storm Legend caught the eye, finishing off really strongly at his last start as well. So I think there's improvement there for him. He was definitely a black booker, was Storm Legend. 3, 1, 6 and 2.
Paul going for King Miles to make it back-to-back wins by winning race number 5. Race number 6 is the Jordan Handicap. It's a Class 4 and we run it over the 1,200 metres. Prince of Porty goes up in trip from the 1,000 last time, as does Supersonic, but he is on the class drop. Lopan Spirit extra £5 for his debut win. Lucky Symphony has his first look over the 1,200 at Sha Tin. Circuit 10 raced wide last start. Hero Warriors had 3 trials since we last saw him, and the cheek pieces go on. And Strathpeffer will wear a tongue tie for the first time. Number of first starters here too, Paul, but Heyday's been racing on the pace, and from barrier number 8 can come over with Lopan Spirit drawn 1 outside of him.
Yeah, I think they'll come over together, and as such, give Prince of Porty a really nice piece of cover there from barrier number 2. Circuit 10 won't be far away. Supersonic, now he's a horse that has led in the past as well, drawn wide, so if he goes forward he could be trapped a little bit wide. Gal Saga will be looking for some cover there as well, and Circuit Maximus I think will go back, one of the first starters, with steps ahead. That's the other first start.
We have an interview first of all with Harry Bentley, who's looking to make it 2 for 2 when he rides Lopan Spirit.
Harry, Lopan Spirit, your ride in race 6 on Saturday. Couldn't have asked for a better introduction.
That's right, it was a really good first run. I was extremely happy with the pace he showed early to get up to the leader, and we went fairly steady in front, but he quickened really nicely, and I like the way he stuck his head down and battled with Awesome Treasure. It was a good duel, and yeah, he showed that he's very genuine.
Yeah, I get a very, I would say, genuine trait to have, the way he did give that kick for you when asked.
That's it. You can't ask for much more. You just obviously want them to really stick their head down for you, and a horse having his first run here was, yeah, it was very promising, so there should be more to come.
He'd shown a bit, hadn't he, in these trials prior to that as well, so I guess it probably wasn't totally unexpected, even at decent odds.
That's right. I think he'd shown a bit of a mixed bag with his trials. He'd given me a nice feel early on, and then I think just being a bit unfurnished, he had a couple of trials which were just so-so, but his trial before his run was very promising down the straight, and I was expecting him to run well. Was I expecting him to win first time? Probably not, but obviously extremely happy he did.
Have you had a chance to sit on him since then? How has he come out of it, if you have?
Yeah, I galloped him on the turf over 1800, well, at the 1800 metre start, I should say, and he gave me a really good feel. I genuinely think he's taken a step forward. He just feels a bit more on it, and whether that be mentally and physically, so I think he's taken a step forward.
Using the runner-up as probably a decent enough benchmark, and he doesn't win over it very often, but he certainly always runs his race. Comfortably clear of the third as well, so it was obviously a race in which the form could well stand up, I suppose, for the first two.
Yeah, I think it could do. So I think the form he brings into the race is strong enough, and with a barrier that's not too dissimilar to where he won from last time, he should be able to get up into a nice position.
Yeah, he looks at a nice horse going forward. How many doubles is that now for you, Harry? Because there was another one on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I think it's at a 9 or 10, so it's been great, and if I can just keep that momentum, I'll be happy.
I know Douglas White was pleased to finally get the Wings of War. You must have been a bit the same.
I was. I know he'd been knocking at the door for a long time, and he'd run some extremely good races in defeat, so I knew that a win was imminent, and I was just pleased to be on board for it. But he really felt like a better horse on Wednesday, and the strong pace probably suited him, but he was able to really kick off of it as well, and he's always been a horse that I've liked, so to get his head in front was great, and hopefully he's another one that can come out again, and he should be in for another massive race.
Harry Bentley there with Nick talking Lopan Spirit. Race day form now, Paul, before we look at a first starter or two. Prince of Porty running third over the 1,000 last time. He has won over the 1,200. Good draw barrier 2, £135 on his back again this week.
I think he's going to get the perfect run just in behind the pace, and as such he's definitely going to get his opportunity. He's caught the eye in his last few starts. You can see him finishing off really strongly here for third. So the horse is going well at the moment, and as such, I think he can win this. I know he's got to carry the weight, but he should get a nice soft run just in behind the pace. So as such, I think he can win from barrier number 2, and it was a nice third there, I thought.
It's a good push for the big chestnut Prince of Porty. Now the first starters. We start with Circuit Maximus. Only had the 2 of them, and this one he wins. He beats Brave Witness by a half a length. He's on the inside turning for home, and a second behind Race Rival steps ahead in the other one, which we might see shortly. Steps ahead. Now we'll look at one of his other trials after this one.
This is a good trial, I thought. I mean, look, you can see the horses were pushed out behind him. He wasn't pushed out at all, so he just did it on raw ability. 2 trials, maybe a little bit of a concern there. Tongue tie on for his debut run. Danny Shum can get horses fresh to win. Hard held to the line, so I don't really know what he can do. I'll be interested to see when they let him go. He's by deep field.
Steps ahead. The other one is a horse that's had 4 trials. Obviously raced with Circuit Maximus in a recent one, but this is his last one. He runs third behind Alps Affection and Awesome Treasure, who we see in an earlier race. Yeah,
so they might be able to give us a bit of a push. The horse gets back in his races and his trials. He's had 4 of them. He's £1,081, and this one's written by Hugh Bowman aboard from barrier number 4. So look, I haven't got him in. I got the other one in, but I haven't got him in. I'm happy just to watch him.
So Circuit Maximus goes in amongst who else?
Going to put, I think Prince of Porty's going to get his opportunity. 2-time winner here in Hong Kong, right behind the pace. Circuit Maximus in there for second. Lopan Spirit, he's one for one, but did sprint off a slow pace. And then a Heyday in there for fourth. He's another one that should be on the pace. 1, 4, 3, 11.
Paul with the Purton and Hall combination to take out race number 6. For the trophy race, race number 7, this the running of the Hong Kong China Rugby Cup over the 1,600 metres in the Golden Scenery. He goes up to the 1,600, whereas Flaming Rabbit comes back to the 1,600. Helene Feeling and Cheng Cheng Glory both have their first appearances since the Derby. In between them, the Best Peach held up last time, and Spirited Express has been back to the trials since we last saw him. Bourbon Air has 2. He's had 3 trials, and Sweet Encounter down the bottom is a horse that yet to win in this grade, but he has won twice over the distance. Flaming Rabbit, the leader, Paul.
Look, he's led in his last couple and looked good, so I think he'll go forward once again and lead. Bourbon Air is an on-pace runner. Outgate just might have to work a little bit to get across from his wide gate. Helene Feeling should be able to get a nice enough run in behind. Mr. Ascendancy there should get his opportunity as well. The query horse is Chang Cheng Glory because he can lead. We know that, but he has come off the pace and won, and with all that pace around him, I just wonder if they'll take a sit.
Part of that pace certainly is Flaming Rabbit. Here is Nick with his rider, Lyle Hewitson.
Lyle Hewitson, Flaming Rabbit, one of your rides on Saturday. Handy horse, this fellow. They're bringing him back in trip as well. Let's touch upon his run last time. That was over the 18. How did you assess his performance?
I thought he performed admirably. It was a very good run. He had to shoulder the big weight over a distance he was trying for the first time. And I wouldn't say against his pattern, but he wasn't allowed to dictate as he liked, and hit the front and was strong through to the finish, and just got overhauled late. So very, very good run. He's got the big weight again, but back to the trip where he has performed very well consistently. So yeah, looking forward to him. He's come out of that race really well, and he should be a live chance again.
Couple of questions. Firstly, the trip, obviously, trying a new distance. Do you think that might be re-explored? And secondly, how much better a horse is he when he can dictate?
So to answer your first question, I think it'll definitely be re-explored. I think he showed that he handled very well, and probably when he goes up in class or gets one of those extended rating bands, he could carry a bit less weight and would be even more competitive. And yeah, look, he's got such a high galloping tempo and can start to pick it up from 600 out. So when he gets to dictate, he doesn't have to be challenged when doing so. And I think that's why he's probably a touch better when he's allowed to dictate. But like I said, that showed that he can run like that too, and he's done it a few times. So he's getting a little bit more versatile, and at least we have another trick up our sleeve in terms of distances. He gets anywhere from the 14 to the 18 now.
Horses at this grade, obviously they do meet quite frequently. Going through that run last time, the City Blanche was down the field. Obviously he's come out and put his hand up with a Group 3 win, so that the form's not the worst.
Yeah, the form is good. He's always bumped shoulders with some really nice horses who've either performed well before their runs or after their runs. So he's shown his quality, and like I said, he's a pleasure to ride. He's a good horse, and like I said, he'll be a chance once again.
Gate 6, how easy does that make things for you to try and get to that lead?
Yeah, it does help. I think a middle draw suits a horse like him, that he gets forward, and he's got such good gate speed. So it maps pretty well, although he does sort of help himself out from any draw. So 6 is, we're happy with that, and he should get a good run in the race.
He comes back from 1800 this next pair. Paul, they're coming back from 2,000 metres of the Derby. It is Helene Feeling and Cheng Cheng Glory. Of course, he went so close, Cheng Cheng Glory, to winning the Classic Cup when running second behind Helios Express and nabbed late at the post.
Yeah, look, and he's back to 1,600, which is going to really suit Cheng Cheng Glory. He's had 6 goes over it for 4 wins, so by far and away, this is his best trip, there's no question. Helene Feeling has had 3 goes over it for a win and two placings. So both of them coming back to the 1,600 looks good. So they're both going to go in for me. I think they're both good chances.
All right, Derby form holding up into race number 7. What about Outgate and Mr. Ascendancy now? Mr. Ascendancy's been going really well, but he's yet to win over 1,600 metres. Outgate up outside the speed here. His last start at Sha Tin was on a rain-affected track. Would you prefer them in something a little easier?
Yeah, look, I think Outgate's draw worries me a bit. He did run well behind Moments in Time here, who ran really well on the weekend. So there's that, I suppose. He did have Mr. Ascendancy covered in this race. I do prefer Mr. Ascendancy these days at Happy Valley. He's been running well there. So yeah, I didn't put them in.
All right, they aren't going in. We've seen Helene Feeling's Derby already, but he's been back to the trials up at Chungfar. He runs 4th in this in a trial won by Karying Rising, who we know bolted up last weekend. Wasn't asked to do too much, and he draws nicely in 2.
His track work during the week was okay, with it. So we'll see how he does go. This was just a quiet trial for him. He was just asked a little bit there, wasn't he, given that little bit of rain, and you can see the jockey's arms just pushing him out a little bit towards the end. But he did make a little bit of ground, then he gave up there. So you can't really tell from that. It's more of a maintenance trial, wasn't it?
And we already know he's in because we saw in the Derby he's amongst your selections.
Yeah, he is. He goes in on the minor line. But I'm going to go on top of Flaming Rabbit. I think he'd be in front, out of trouble. The Best Peach, now he gets back. He'll be running on strongly. There should be a bit of pace in this race. Cheng Cheng Glory, just where he ends up in the run. And Helene Feeling, 2, 5, 7 and 4.
Flaming Rabbit for Paul to be first out and first home in race number 7. Race number 8 features an impressive last start winner in this race, but it is a 1400 metre class 4 with Leadox and Let's Do It both on the class drop. Leadox has the blinkers coming off. Lucky Gold goes up £8 for his last start win. Golden Rise, he returns to his favourite course and distance. Charity Gain on debuts had 3 trials. Happy Daily's a 3-time course and distance winner. Giant Leap wears blinkers for the first time. Never Peter Out has the blinkers off and the cheek pieces going on. Excellent Daddy has no form past 1200. Young Horizon's best form is in class 5 at this stage, with Young Horizon way down in the weights leading, Paul.
Yeah, look, there's no real clear leader, but he has led in the past. Golden Rise, I think eventually, there's the option to try and get outside Young Horizon. It's not often Zach sits 3 wide, so I think he'll probably try and get across there. Soaring Bronco as well. Should get a nice enough run. Giant Leap with blinkers on for the first time can be a little bit closer, as will Super Taichi. It was a better run from him last time. Charity Gain, one of the first starters, is showing not too much pace.
First replay is that impressive win, Winning Gold. He's about midfield on the rail. Young Horizon's covering some ground. He's 3 and 4 wide turning for home. He sticks on for a placing, but this was very good from Winning Gold. Paul, can he do it again?
I think he can. I don't think this is any harder, this race. And look, he took the gap and at the right time, and he really finished off the race nicely. So, yeah, look, I think he can Winning Gold. It was a really nice win. Young Horizon, you can see he sort of had him well beaten in this race, but he's got the light weight and he's going to be right on the pace as well. So, look, he's going to get his opportunity again, but he won. I think he's progressive. He's got rating points in hand, this horse.
He's got a win in 2/3 at his last 2 starts, stars Winning Gold. On to more winning form now. This is Lucky Gold. Vincent Ho, Francis Lloyd combined with him. He's won 3 times over the 1400 metres. He beats Flying Mojito here. Now, Golden Rise ends up running 8th in this race, but he is better over the distance of 1400.
Yeah, he is, and you can see here, it's just where he ends up in the run, because he's got a little bit of a sticky draw for sure as Golden Rise. He came out there at the right time. I mean, Lucky Gold won this race nicely enough, but he doesn't win them in a row, does he? He just won the 3 times from his 20-odd starts. So, look, I'm just happy. I didn't put him in the end. I thought this might have been his win.
Just further to Golden Rise, he has raced over 1200 metres since then, but he normally goes better than that at 1400 metres. Happy Daily's the last replay for this one. He runs 4th here. He's up outside Sunny to Best, turning for home. Plus £3, but a better draw. Gate number 2 for Angus Chung and Dennership.
Yeah, so I think he'll be like 3 back on the inside, somewhere along those lines. He should get his opportunity once again. Well, Happy Daily, and look, he's been consistent, this horse. He's quite well rated at the moment. And with that good draw, I think he can get himself into a good position. So he stayed on okay here. None of the horses were going to beat Sunny the Best here on this day. He's quite a progressive young horse. So, look, he just got pipped there for 3rd, didn't he, in the end? So, look, I'm going to include him.
But Winning Gold wins again after an impressive win last time.
He was impressive. So, yeah, he goes on top, Winning Gold. I think he can win again. I'm going to put one of the downgraders in there for 2nd. Let's Do It. Has caught the eye finishing off in Class 3. So, back down now here in Class 4. Just a one-time winner, though. Happy Daily. And Soaring Bronco, another one that should get a good run right on the pace. 3, 2, 7 and 10.
And that is race number 8, which doubles as the first leg of the late treble. And race number 9 now, and the 9th is over the 1400 for the Class 4s, with Jolly Ruler on the class drop and the cheek pieces going on. Owner's Praise last start winner carries an extra £6. Enjoy Golf goes up in trip. Grand Boss has the cheek pieces on. Not a Few has the crossover noseband off. The cheek pieces and the tongue tie added to him. Sturdy Ruby is minus cheek pieces. Super Charizard had an excuse last time and pulled up with mucus in the system. And Akka Power at this stage, all of his wins have been over 1200 metres. Riverview's Paulie didn't lead in a recent trial, but he usually does on race day.
He does, and there doesn't appear to be too much the pace coming into the race. Run timing can go forward from a wide draw and try and get outside him. I think he can. Skytrust should get that perfect run just in behind from barrier 1. Top scorer will need a little bit of luck from barrier 12, but I think they'll push him forward and try and slot in behind run timing, and that'll give him his best chance. Enjoy Golf didn't go badly on his debut. And Super Charity has been a little bit slow away in his runs. He gets back, and Hoss has been out of form for a while.
He sure has, and his better form is at Happy Valley when he is in form. Owner's Praise, a last start winner. He's shooting for back-to-back wins under Lyle Hewitson.
Lyle, Owner's Praise, one of a number of decent rides for you on Saturday. He's got that tongue tie on for the second time. The first time he wore it, he was mightily impressive.
Yeah, I think his trial before that that run last time just showed the vein of form he was in, and he sort of replicated that going into the race and won really well. We did get a few favours getting those gaps at the right times, but he's certainly shown on a few occasions that he's been unlucky, but has the qualities. So that was overdue, and I think that he's a really big horse, so up in weight he should be able to shoulder it and he'll be competitive again.
Given his size and stature, he did have plenty of room up the inside, but he looked as if he made your job easy, Lyle, in the sense that he was always travelling well for you.
Yeah, he doesn't travel for 3/4 of the race, but when he gets into his stride and starts to travel, he's quite strong through that, and he's able to actually have a nice turn of foot when the gaps appear. So yeah, he's not really tactically suitable to anything, but if the gaps open and he gets a good tempo, he's a dangerous horse.
And I guess on the back of that, you'd like to think maybe there is a bit more still to come from him, I suppose, now that Chris has put that tongue tie on, it seemingly has helped him a bit.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, he should be able to shoulder the weight, and then probably, if he were to get the job done and go up in class, he would still be competitive. So I think there's a bit of quality about him, although he is a horse that needs things to go his way.
You've ridden 3 winners for Chris this season. I mean, it wouldn't have been lost on you that Chris's horses are absolutely flying. So nice to keep that association going as well.
Yeah, Chris is doing really well. It's always a pleasure. I think it's been a great season for me in terms of getting support from everyone, in particular a lot of the local trainers. So if I can get a few more school runs on the board for them, that'll be great.
That is Lyle Hewitson, re-Owner's Praise. Paul, we move on to a form around Enjoy Golf, who ran 6th here at his first start behind King Miles, beaten 2 1/4. Draws nicely in 2. Hugh Bowman gets aboard. Further improvement. Can he figure in the finish here?
Yeah, I've included him because I thought it was a good run on debut, and this was quite a strong race. I mean, Lucy in the Sky has come out and won. King Miles will be favourite in an earlier race here as well, and he's quite progressive. I mean, the loose horse didn't really sort of help him too much, but look, he finished off nicely enough, I thought, and it was quite a good debut run from him. So with natural improvement, I'm going to I've put him in, not on top, but I put him in on a minor line.
He's a member of the Frankie Law stable, and 2 3/4 off King Miles there at his first start. One more to have a look at. Features not a few who would need to improve, and also Sturdy Ruby. This is 1650 metres around Happy Valley. He's yet to win in 13 starts, Sturdy Ruby. All of his placings have been at Happy Valley though.
Yeah, prefer him there, definitely, and not a few needs to improve. So neither of these two go in, but of the two, I think Sturdy Ruby's probably got more sort of recommendations. But again, he goes a lot better at Happy Valley, there's no question.
He has run 4th over the 1400 metres at Sha Tin. That's been his best performance at the bigger track selections.
Yeah, it was wet that day. Remember he came down the very outside?
He did too,
Yeah.
yes.
I made him a long shot and he ran 4th. I don't forget those things. So yeah, look, I've got on top here Sky Trust. Now he was in that same run when we in the interview there with Owner's Praise. He meets Owner's Praise a lot better at the weights. He's never finished further back than 5th in the starts, and from barrier number 1, I think he'd be a lot closer, and he looks tough to beat. He drew 7 last time, had to come off the pace. Top scorer came out of that race as well. He's in there for 2nd with Enjoy Golf and Run Timing 8-4-5-3.
It is a win for Vincent Ho and Casper Founds for Paul in race number 9 with Sky Trust. And we wrap it up with race number 10. Strong race, this one, to finish the program. It's a Class 3 over the 1200 metres. 80 light years is in great form. Stellar Express raced wide last time. Amazing Victory was held up last time. Golden Empire has the blinkers going back on. Prawns 11's been back to the trial since his last start. Leslie has placed 3 from 4 course and distance. Beauty Missiles placed 2 from 2 course and distance. And Telecom Power down the bottom would need to improve. It's been working going forward with 80 light years, Paul, so why change a winning formula?
Correct. I think they will. And then Stellar Express, he can slot him behind. Golden Empire likes to go forward. Legend, Leslie shouldn't be too far away there midfield. Gracious Express, Prawns 11, he'll need he'll go back, I think, with Telecom Power, and California Deeply likes to go back as well.
Here is 80 Light Years, winning last time. He's up on the speed. Gracious Express is stalking him. Legend Golden Empire also figure in this race, but 80 Light Years, 7 starts this season, 2 wins and 5 placings.
Nice win from this horse, wasn't he? And Gracious Express, he had the trial, he had every chance, and fortunately for him, he's got to go out to barrier number 11 here. I mean, there is a bit of a weight pull, but the way this horse won, he's just going so well at the moment. This was the second win from how many starts he had? 11 starts, and he's won really nicely. So Righteous Arian won on Wednesday night. That's him coming down the outside in the red.
It is indeed, and he does carry an extra £7 for that win too, does 80 Light Years. Second replay, and we have Amazing Victory running 8th. Now, on face value, an 8 doesn't look great in the form, but he also doesn't have much room in the straight. He's racing well without luck.
Yeah, he definitely finds plenty of bad luck, this horse. He's been sort of a consistent horse about winning. He hasn't won for a couple of seasons, but his rating's still higher than that win because he's so consistent. So as you can see, he was under a big hold here and couldn't get out once again, but I've seen this time and time again. That's the problem.
Exactly, it's a common theme with Amazing Victory. Now we roll to the 600 metre mark for a final replay with Gracious Express in this one as well. There's Stellar Express, he's wide. This was his first go over 1,200 metres and it was on a yielding track. Telecom Power struggles. California Deeply is 8th at this stage, and Gusto Sissimo. This was his first start from barrier number 10. He draws gate 4. He was beaten 2 1/4 lengths at the line.
Yeah, nice run from him on debut. So I think there's natural improvement for him for sure. Gusto Sissimo. Look, Stellar Express was 3 wide all the way and still stayed on really nicely. He's come out, he's got some good form, this horse. He's second behind Baby Crystal, who's going to be a short price favourite. He's second, been placed behind Baby Crystal 3 of his 4 starts. So you'd be pleased he's not in the race. But look, he's going to get a perfect run, I thought, on the trail. So he's definitely going to get his opportunity. So he's a chance, and so was Gusto Sissimo, the way he finished off.
What about Star Club? I know he's not in the race, but gee, he motored home, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one to keep an eye on.
He is indeed. Was he a last run reminder, Star Club?
Well, we haven't had him yet, so when he gets nominated, he will be for sure.
Okay, here you go. There's a little insight for a last run reminder. Who wins the last, though?
We're going to go in the last here with the 80 Light Years. I think he can lead all the way. Stellar Express in the trail. Gusto Sissimo will be finishing off strongly with Beauty Missile, who's quite consistent as well. 1, 2, 5, 10.
And there it is, all of the information for Sha Tin Saturday afternoon. Both courses in use, and the first of 10 gets underway at 1 o'clock.